I hinted at it earlier. Okay, and I hinted at it 45 days ago. Colorado showed people around the country that they mean business, has nothing to do with DeLeone. They went out and spent the money. Mm-hmm. And if they're going to continue to do that, they're going to draw eyeballs. And quite honestly, can I be real with you? I like Colorado as a Big 12 team than I do a Pac-12 team. I really do. I think Colorado's going to the Big 12.
I really think that this has legitimate steam to it, especially the response that we got.
More than legitimate steam, Joe. They're talking.
Yeah. And I don't think this is going to be the end of the Big 12 poaching teams. I mean, you sent me a tweet the other day that the statement from at G Swaim, every school in the Pac-12 was made aware on Monday that their final TV package will be roughly $20 million per team, which is far below the Big 12 and $5 million below the minimum number that most of the P12 teams wanted to stay. For them to be that far below the Big 12 and the ACC, I think that a lot of teams are going to be exploring the option to move. And as much as we you bragged, and I have also kind of agreed with you that the competition in the Big 12 isn't great. But if they can go and add a Colorado, and they can pull one of the other big teams, if it's Utah or if it's Washington, I think that the competition one in the conference goes up. But the fact that they can pull more dollars than the Pac-12, which arguably maybe has the top teams in the Pac-12, I would argue are much better than the top teams in the Big 12 right now. That's crazy. That's nuts. That's not supposed to happen. The lack of direction in the Pac-12 right now is horrible.
What does it tell you that the Big 12 generates more money with teams like Cincinnati and UCF coming into the conference than what the Pac-12 is generating with teams like Oregon, Washington, and Utah? Let me tell you what it is.
Okay.
They don't get eyeballs. You want to make the Pac-12 great again? Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to be political with that statement, but you want to make the Pac-12 great again? Stop playing games after Pac-12 after dark. Stop it.
Well, okay, so they're just not supposed to play night games?
Play games at 2:30. Play night games. But you know what your night games need to be for you? 5 o'clock. Okay? Joe, you're 2 hours behind me. Your game needs to be at 5 o'clock. You know what? The Super Bowl does that. When the Super Bowl's in prime time on the West Coast, it starts 5 p.m. Central Time. You should know, you were out there when San Francisco had it.
Yeah.
What time did it start local time? 4:13 local time. People are still going to be there when it's in L.A. Okay? They're going to be there. I promise you they will be there. But what you cannot do is 2/3 of the country, 2/3 is not going to sit up and watch a game when a Pac-12 team starts at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm not staying up till 1 a.m. in the morning with 2 kids and watching that game in full. Now, let me tell you what I would do.
Okay.
If Oregon played Washington for the Big or Utah, and that game started at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'll stay up until 10:30.
I don't disagree that the important games should be played earlier. Yes, absolutely. They need to be played earlier because you want people to watch Oregon play Utah, Oregon play Washington. Those games need to stay where they are. I don't think it hurts to have some late games. I liked the aspect of when I was living on the East Coast that on a Saturday I could be out with buddies or, doing whatever. And I have no intention of being in bed early because I'm younger. I like having the fact that there's a game on. I hate that there's no games on late.
Once you get married and start having kids, which a lot of
maybe
people
you're right.
do, maybe you're right. There ain't no maybe. I'm in it. Look, she locked me down. As Beyonce once said, she put a ring on it.
I think this is more to do with the leadership. I understand I think that's a factor of what you're bringing up because most people aren't as dedicated as I am to stay up and watch a game. I think that the leadership is just terrible. As much as we want to give, we've given, God damn it. We went longer than usual. My battery didn't last. Wait 1 second.
Oh, well, that's probably kind of your life story, not being able to last.
All right. Let's let's dial that back.
I mean,
My point here.
your motto.
My point here, Blake, was that as much as we give the Big 12 a hard time, as soon as they lost Texas and Oklahoma, they immediately moved. They immediately mobilized and they went after
Cincinnati,
quality
UCF, and now Colorado.
Yeah, they haven't sit back and waited. I don't see the Pac-12 being aggressive. They're kind of just waiting for to see how everything shakes out.
San Diego State, which I don't think would be a bad move for them.
And Fresno State, I think, was the other one, right?
Well, let me say this. San Diego State just built a pretty badass football stadium. Have you seen that thing?
Kind of sucks. It's kind of overrated. It's one of the worst designed stadiums
for a Group of 5 program right now. Joe, they're
okay.
They're a G5 program. What are you talking about?
But they're like a historically good G5 program. Like they should.
Does Boise State have a stadium like that? Hell no. They got freaking blue turf.
Yeah, that's cool.
Can I tell you something? I will never watch a game
because of the blue turf.
Won't do it. It's horrendous.
What about the
I would rather pick up cow shit.
Would you watch Coastal? Would you watch Coastal?
Coastal's not that bad.
The teal.
By the way, Coastal Carolina, national seed, baby, in college baseball. How about that? We're about an hour away before we find all this out.
I'm curious to see where they end up. But I don't know, dude. I really think that the leadership's terrible. Like there's clearly no effort by them to try and rebound. They got put on their ass by the Big Ten, and look how long it's taken them to just have conversations.
They got put on their ass by everybody. Joe, the WAC is making more moves. The Sun Belt, the AAC are making more moves in the Pac-12.